If you like making fall decor using Dollar Tree and other inexpensive supplies, then this video is for you. So let's go get our craft on, y'all. For the first craft, I'm going to be using these outdoor Jenga type blocks that I only paid $10 for. I'm going to give each one of them a good sand, wipe off the dust. Always do that, guys. And I'm using a combination of wood glue and wood hot glue. Guys, that wood hot glue is amazing stuff. It's by Sure Bonder. I absolutely love it. So to hold my three pieces together to give the wood glue a chance to set up, I clamped it and let it set for about 2 or 3 hours. Now I painted all three blocks using one coat of the Waverly Pumpkin chalk paint. And I'm going to be wet distressing this piece. So while the base coat was still kind of tacky, I went in with some Waverly wax and then a little thin layer of my pumpkin chalk paint. If I got too much Waverly wax, all I had to do was just dab it off with a paper towel or a baby wipe. And you just repeat this process while the paint's still tacky, and it gives it a really, really grungy, dirty look. That's all I know. That's the only way I know to describe it. But this is a really cool way to distress, other than, the normal way, wait until everything is dry. So I cut out these three decals on my Cricut. You could always use sticker letters, or by all means use your own handwriting. My handwriting is not that great. So I dug out my Cricut that I haven't used in a long time. And it just says bonfires, pumpkins, and hay rides. And as you can see, I applied those down, and then I distressed over them with the antique Waverly wax just to make that white vinyl not so stark and to kind of blend in with the rest of the piece. I found a little scrap piece of wood outside, which was perfect for a stem, added some Spanish moss and a couple of leaves, and that's it. I love this. This is heavy. It's a substantial piece, and I absolutely love it. This is my kind of fall vibe. You guys be sure to let me know what you think about it in the comments. Y'all, I'm so excited for you guys to see this next craft. I'm using two pumpkins from the Dollar Tree and taking my heat gun, removing that autumn word because it is just cardboard. If you need a good one, heat gun, then look in my description box under my Amazon favorites. And yeah, I love, love, love this piece, and I love you guys, and I'm excited for you all to see this project. I covered the front of the bigger pumpkin with some brown packing paper. And as you saw, I removed the J from the center. Now check it out. Flip it over. Yep, we're going camo today. I love it. I absolutely love it. I've not seen anybody do this on YouTube. I'm not saying it's not there, but I've never seen it. So if you're enjoying this video so far, please give me a thumbs up. My name is Robin, and I would love to have you join my crafty crew here on YouTube. Now, I made a little bauble. Yep, I traced out the pumpkin backwards on my paper, but no big deal. I just flipped it over, used my glue stick, put the paper down, and went on with the DIY. This is so cool. This is my favorite of this video. My husband absolutely loved it. I'm using my Cricut scraper to make sure that all the glue gets smoothed out. There's no bubbles or wrinkles. And I'm using my truffle chalk paint on the white pumpkin to paint the stem and around all of the edges. You guys, be sure to let me know what you think about this DIY. I know you're probably expecting, orange or, some kind of fall colors, but I wanted to do something unique and different. And this just turns out super cute because me and my husband both love to hunt, fish. We like the outdoors. And I know that may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you can make it your own. I'm using a furniture marker from the Dollar Tree in the color walnut to go around the white of this pumpkin. And I love the way that it makes this piece look. Um, Now to smooth out the marks left by the marker, I just lightly go over it with my finger sander, and I love the effect that it gives. And I was also sure to go in and outline that little inner piece with that marker as well. To know where to put my smaller pumpkin, I traced it out onto the bigger one, and I'm using my Weld Bond glue. Guys, this stuff is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. And I'm also using my wood hot glue to make sure these two pumpkins stay together and don't come apart. So I'm just pressing them together, giving that hot glue a chance to set up. And oh my gosh, do you know I'm excited about this DIY? Can you see? I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I got this ornament from Hobby Lobby. It's leather and it has the imprint of a deer on there. And I attached it with some hot glue to the center of the smaller pumpkin. I'm just adding a couple of leaves to it. This is beautiful. I love it. It's perfect for a man cave, or if you ladies are into the outdoors like I am, it's a great idea for you too. For the third project, we're going to be making a pumpkin wall planter. And I start out with one of these tag shaped signs from the Dollar Tree. Since I didn't have any off white paint, I mixed some cashew and some white paint together and got the shade that I want. I give it one good coat on the back of the sign, which is now the front of our sign. I wanted to add some little stripes. Just, I don't know, I was in the mood, thought it could, help make it not so plain. So I used some washi tape to tape off some little areas for some tiny little stripes. Make sure you press this down really well. Then the first stripe, I'm using my pumpkin chalk paint by Waverly and trying not to get any bleed through by actually painting on the tape as well, and then kind of going into the area that I'm painting. So I'm removing the tape. So far, so good. I think I have one tiny little area on the mustard color, but no big deal. So I wanted to add my other favorite color for fall, which is navy, and I did that across the middle. Now, while that was drying, I got out one of these styrofoam pumpkins, just using a ruler to cut it down the middle. These things are so easy to cut. Now, I couldn't make up my mind what color I wanted to paint my pumpkin, so I decided to go ahead and distress my sign because y'all know I got to distress it. It wouldn't be a Robin video if I did not distress it. So, antique wax it is, just using a chippy brush, getting it like I want it, and as much or as little as you want, the choice is yours. I finally decided on the hazelnut chalk paint from Waverly for the pumpkin. I wanted it kind of neutral. I didn't I don't know. I thought I'd try something different. So I started out using burnt umber as a distressing paint, but I didn't like that, so I went to my antique wax. And if you get too much on there, just use a baby wipe or a paper towel, wipe it off, and go again. So once I had it like I wanted it, going in with some hot glue all the way around, making sure I use a lot. And it's on low setting because I didn't want to melt that styrofoam. And then I just press it down where I want it on my sign. And I apologize. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. The first thing I did was glue some leaves around the top of the pumpkin, just fairly neutral colors. There's some beigey looking leaves, beigey, a couple of green ones, and I think I've got like this, I don't know, it's like an off-white cream color. Some of these I've had, I don't know where they came from. Some of these I got from Walmart, those little fuzzy things in the middle came from Walmart. And I wanted a little bit of height, but not a lot because as you'll see, my bow is kind of big. Maybe I should have made my bow not so big and added more tall florals in there. You guys will have to let me know what you think about that. But I like the way this turned out, but it needed something else. So I'm going to use this pretty orange pumpkin from this one pick. So I cut it off using my wire cutters. And something that I don't do is use my scissors to cut my florals. That will dull your scissors. So be sure to use some kind of wire cutters when you're cutting florals and things like that. Don't ruin your scissors. The pumpkin didn't want to stay down there, so I just put a dab of hot glue on the back. Now for my bow, I did hot glue it to the top, but I'm also using a zip tie. I went through the center of the little small ribbon I had in the middle, poked it through the hole, zipped it tight to make sure that it didn't come off. I think it's pretty. I'm trying to work on my bow making skills, guys, so don't judge me too hard. I think it's pretty. I love all these DIYs, but gosh, guys, that camo is my absolute favorite. You all let me know what your favorite is. Subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps me out. Share this video with your friends and family. Be sure to watch the video that I'm going to put up on the screen right now. And until the next time, y'all, go get your craft on. Bye.